The squeegee worker convicted of killing Timothy Reynolds on Light Street in 2022 was sentenced this afternoon.
Tavon Scott getting 15 years in prison plus 5 years on probation. WMAR-2 News' Jeff Morgan was in the courtroom as the families of both Scott and Reynolds heard the sentencing.
There was a tense feeling in the courtroom as the defense and prosecution argued back and forth about the length of time Tavon Scott should be in prison for the killing of Timothy Reynolds. The defense's motion to move the case to juvenile court was denied. Then the judge moved to victim impact statements. Reynolds' wife, daughter, mother, sister, and best friend spoke about the difficulties of life after his death, sharing that his kids continue to struggle with the events of that July day. Following the Reynolds family, the defense brought up several people pleading for a lighter sentence of Scott. His grandmother spoke, then a letter from his mother, then a mentor, along with 2 community members, saying that Scott has already started to show improvement while in jail. Scott spoke to the courtroom, saying he's sorry to his family and the Reynolds, saying he wished this didn't happen and that he could have a normal life. Ultimately, the judge gave Scott 15 years with another 5 of probation.
He will return to the community one day. He will be a much different person. He's going in as a boy, but he will come out as a man.
The defense says they will appeal, feeling the case should have gone to juvenile court. State's Attorney Ivan Bates was pleased with Scott being charged as an adult, saying that's where he can get the best rehabilitative services.
The juvenile system isn't equipped to deal with violent juvenile offenders, unfortunately. The adult system is, and the adult system is not throwing them away.
The Reynolds family stayed in the courthouse for nearly an hour, then walked out in unison as their spokesperson, Thiru Vignaraja, spoke to reporters.
The judge imposed a sentence over twice what the maximum for the guidelines was. And that brings a measure of comfort to this family.
Throughout the process, several things were made clear to those in attendance. The court was compelled to give Scott adequate rehabilitative services, and there were no winners in this sentencing. In Baltimore, Jeff Morgan, WMAR 2 News.